All right, so what's going on, everyone? Today we got a new one. We're going to go ahead and drop a price prediction for HyperLiquid. I think you guys can already generally tell from the chart in front of you that this cryptocurrency is not bullish. So naturally, the idea would be for us to continue to follow price, and it looked like it wants to go lower. That is what we're going to do. However, if you guys will begin to see from my videos and content, there are places that people are willing to buy more at a certain price, and vice versa. There are places on the charts that you can see people were willing to sell more than they were willing to buy. And then once you plot these areas on the chart, you actually get to see at what point would you want to join the market move higher, and at what point would you want to let the market go and take your position of profit and move on to the next opportunity. We're going to show you all that today. So welcome everyone to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that like, share, and subscribe as always. I think I'm one of the only ones here that is actually placing actual predictions on charts. We don't come through speaking both sides of the market saying, hey, it could go higher, and then in the next sentence say, hey, it could also go lower. At any given time, outside of the market consolidating or trade within a range, the market is always tipped in favor of one side of the market, whether it's the buy side or the sell side. And if you can pick the correct side, you can actually get ahead of them and beat them to the price to where they're trying to take it. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about HyperLiquid real quick. You guys can see, as we always do on this channel, we create areas that we can clearly tell that this market is getting hung up at, right? And we can currently see that this area right here is plaguing the buyers. This is a sell pocket. So we're going to go ahead and mark this area, for we can know whenever price in HyperLiquid goes back up, this will be a point to target to let the market go in your position. Here's another one right here for HyperLiquid, and here's one right here. Okay, so we got like three prominent areas of selling that is hitting the market in HyperLiquid. I think the market is going to try to initially bounce on the low of this October 10th day. And it looked like the market actually already did that. So we might begin to see this cryptocurrency begin to go up in price. If not, let's go ahead and look at the market in HyperLiquid on the left side of the chart to create buy pockets. Okay, so we're going to make a buy pocket right there. That's where a majority of the market participants were buying. Here's another one right around here. And then here's one more like this one right here. Okay, so now let's bring it to the right. And let's see where this market could potentially move in the long term. So we got three pockets of buying that could potentially stop market from going lower. Okay, because currently, like I said, we're looking for the market in HyperLiquid to continue to trend down, outside of us noticing the market trying to hold support from the low of October the 10th, which was $27.50. Real quick look on the market on two. Here it is on the 2-day time frame. 3 consecutive 2-day bars, meaning 6 days this market in HyperLiquid has gone down in price. At some point, you would expect the market to try to revive itself and pivot and go up, but we haven't even seen that yet, because right here on the 2 was a buy pocket, right? And the market in HyperLiquid, it did bounce initially, but then it got rejected at 36 bucks, and now price is trading below that pocket. So that is no longer a valid buy pocket in HyperLiquid, which also gives us more credibility that sellers are moving the price. Here it is on the 3-day chart. Here's HyperLiquid on the 4. Okay, so yeah, currently the market overall on many time frames is still weak. Here it is on the 5. Look at that last 5-day bar there. The buyers did not capitalize off of price when they were able to move it all the way up to 36.50. They lost control. Sellers came in, pushed the price all the way down there at the very bottom of the bar. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at HyperLiquid on the weekly chart so far. 7 hours, 42 minutes left. And look at that weekly price bar, y'all. Look at that. That's terrible. That's nasty. That is ugly. We don't want to see bars like this if we're a buyer. But if you're a seller, you're feeling good. You're popping your collar knowing that this is a very good indication that you are winning in the market right there on the weekly. Here it is on the 2 weeks. Same thing here on the 2 weeks. Here it is on the 3. Again, we got 7 hours left on the 2 weeks and the 3 weekly time frame. And the market is always down there at the very bottom of the bar. So my only caveat would be buyers at the low that occurred on October 10. If they would support price there, then that might be the bottom. That might be. But the long-term charts, weekly, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, price is weak, no doubt. Even here on the 5 weeks and here on the monthly so far. Okay. So let's look at this on the 11-hour chart to try to see if there is a pocket of buying on, let's see. Let's look at this on the 5-minute. See if we're able to go that far back to October the 10th. Nope, not on. Let's look at the 90-minute then. So yeah, I'm just going to draw a line here so that we can distinguish that this was the low. And we're going to extend that to the right. So we'll know. Okay. So now, here it is on the 90-minute chart. You guys can just completely see how much selling is coming to the market right now on HyperLiquid. Same thing on the 11-hour chart. Yeah, you can see right there on the 90-minute and then pull that back. Look at the volume that is coming into the market in HyperLiquid down here at the bottom. That tells you that something is going on. The market weakness hit on this 90-minute bar. Now the market is trying to reverse to the upside on this current 90-minute bar, even though we got 10 minutes left and 20 seconds. So yeah, I could definitely see that market is trying to buy up this cryptocurrency around like 28, 25. You can see right there on the 1-hour chart. This is where the buyers enter the market right there. Okay. Now, just like we got the buyers, this is where the sellers are. So we need to determine if these buyers will bring price up to the sell pocket and then see the reaction. See if these sellers will re-engage the price and pull the market back down. That's what we need to look forward to. Yeah, this is a very good 2-hour bar right there too. Volume was extremely high, and then the market closed off of the lows. So that tells you that this is where buyers are currently entering the market in HyperLiquid. Now, it could just be that they're trying to stop price from going down so fast. So they're going to try to lift the market back up, right? Only just to get rejected and ultimately come back down in the long term. So yeah, the hourly chart is reflecting buyers entering the market, but currently it just doesn't look like it wants to be sustained. It doesn't look like the market wants to uphold and continue to go up higher in price. Okay. So what we're going to do is, outside of us anticipating movement higher in the short term, okay, I'm telling you that right now, that in the short term, I can see the market in HyperLiquid trying to go higher. But we're going to anticipate in the long term that this crypto is going to continue to try to go down, right? Our first target is going to be at the low that occurred on October the 10th. That's 5.07%. Second target is going to be this next buy pocket at the high of $25.60 all the way down to $23.86. That is 17.61% there. Then our third target is going to be at the high of the second buy pocket, 26.76% there on the top of that buy pocket. $21.21 is where that is located. And we're just going to tag this right here, and we'll come back. And if the market maintains its strength, like if it breaks through these two sell pockets, then I might need to pop back in and drop another prediction, look for the market to run up to this bigger sell pocket around like $36. So I'm just going to keep my eyes open on that to see if that's going to occur. And these buyers are going to hold the market like they're trying to do on the hourly charts. So yeah, I'm done. Go ahead and give me your thoughts though. Make sure you maintain profit. And as always, trade different.